Welcome back to Starcrossed Kings. This is going to be Luvnest versus his fourth challenger, Atank. Could be interesting. I'm not actually that familiar with Atank's play. I think he's a primarily allied player. I don't even. That's just my instinct, my gut instinct telling me that. I base that not on fact at all. I recognize him, but I don't think I've ever cast him before, so this will be new for me. Luvnest versus Atank's U.S. forces. The map is Simoski Summer, so that actually might give Atank theoretically a bit of an advantage in the early game if he goes with a flamethrower-based strategy. He doesn't have rifle companies loadout, though. Thompsons are great on this map if he goes airborne. And he does have assault engineers if he goes that route. So assault engineers on Simoski Summer are a great tool to have for the flamethrower, and of course, demo charges. You can never go wrong with demo charges. And Luvnest will be playing in game 1 here as Oster. That's a good point, Kamash. That's a very good point, actually. But the players couldn't. The players couldn't, so that's something. Because they're actually playing the game, unless they had like a second computer. But that would be a lot of effort to go to. It's still just 1 minute, and it's still just a good habit to establish. Yes, Spartan. Worked very hard on my hair today. Can't you tell? Three rifle opening for Atank, and he's going to get a second rear echelon troop squad next, and Luvnest going with 3 Grenz MG42, pretty standard core for both of them. Luvnest has lightning war, mobile defense, and close air support, so he's not brought mechanized assault, which is a nice commander to have on this map. I've seen a lot of Oster players open with assault grenadiers on this map for the first engagement. You might be able to force an early retreat from a squad of riflemen or something that can make a really critical difference in the highly important Simoski Summer early game. But Luvnest is not going to go that route. He doesn't like mechanized assault. He says it's too cheesy, or too, like it's the easy way out. He looks down on it. He frowns upon mechanized assault. He doesn't like having to use it, I guess. I think he considers it a crutch. I've heard him say something to that effect. Riflemen chase off a squad of pioneers up here in the north.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector. We're a target!
Grenadiers. Ooh, look at that early grenade tech into the building. That was a weird decision. I wonder why he did that. I legitimately have no idea what that grenade was for. Maybe that was a misclick or something. Or maybe he was intentionally trying to start bringing that building low for later. Some sort of next level strategic thinking going on right there, I guess. I can't imagine why he would have done that by accident. I don't even know how that could happen.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
That building is damaged now, apparently. Second rear echelon troop squad working on the south, doing back capping, while this one is harassing up here, Luvnest's fuel. So that extra rear echelon troop squad will be paying off a little bit for fuel gains and strangling his opponent's economy, slowing down Luvnest's fuel significantly with the original rear echelon troop squad and bolstering his own there in the south. But Luvnest is going to put a machine gun right here on the cutoff. This is going to be a little bit difficult for Atank to deal with, sending 2 squads of riflemen right into it right now. Without vision, he has, of course, teched grenades, so he might be able to just smoke his way past it. Gets himself vision of it. Here comes the smoke. Second squad of riflemen moving up. They both get suppressed since he jumped the gun a little bit on leaving that green cover position, I think. But either way, he will get unsuppressed. Machine gun is going to be forced to backpedal. Grenadiers up here getting countered by a rifleman. Medium range. There's a frag. Ooh, into the retreat path. I definitely know what he was thinking there. He was hoping Luvnest would not monitor the engagement late. Oh no! He looked away from the engagement and gets wiped in return, though. He threw a grenade into the retreat path, hoping Luvnest would make a late reaction and retreat on instinct into the grenade. That didn't happen. Luvnest was watching the engagement, backpedaled, rifle grenaded in return, and wiped a full squad of riflemen. So that is bad. And we've seen Luvnest retreat instinctively from grenades sometimes. So I don't blame Atank for making the attempt, but I think maybe the battlefield needs to be a little bit more busy. It needs to be a little bit more going on simultaneously. It's a pretty busy battlefield though. I could see it. Just didn't work out for him. Gambled and lost. Another wipe in the south. Volley fire does nothing. 2-2-2 quite early to hit the field, diving Atank in his base. Wait, the other rear echelon troop squad got wipes too? Oh my god, wipe city right now. Both rear echelon troop squads wiped on both fuel flanks by harassing squads of grenadiers. Luvnest shutting his opponent down incredibly hard right now. .222 working on riflemen here in the north. MG42 setting up in this building. Pushing him back into the base. The early ambulance right here is going to slow down Captain Tier. He probably has no choice but to go Captain Tier or Airborne at this point when you're this behind. Lieutenant Tier is a dangerous setback. Luvnest is probably going to be able to get a Panzer IV out quite soon, and if Atank leaves it uncountered, he'll probably just lose. He needs to almost certainly make an AT gun if he's going to survive the next 6 minutes.
This is now German territory.
222 is going to move to harass riflemen in the south. Not a single squad of riflemen currently on the field has that one. This one has 1 kill. This one has 2. Model losses currently is 22 to 5. So the theoretical advantage that Atank should have had this game doesn't seem to be present. Of course, he hasn't fielded any flamethrowers or BARs or anything of that nature. Panzer Grenadiers are on the field now, making their way towards the north. They will definitely have an advantage over riflemen. There's the captain. So Atank has not boxed himself into airborne company. Maybe he'll go armor. Armor for call-in tanks without teching major to try and conserve his fuel that way. Try and hang on. Look for opportunities to turn the game back around. Machine gun's very clumped right there. Bit of a late retreat, but early enough that it won't get wiped by a frag. Which Atank honestly couldn't really afford one anyway. He throws 1 grenade, that'll exhaust pretty much all of his munitions. Jumping into the church, does take back control of the south cutoff. Squad of grenadiers and pios down here might be difficult for a half-health squad of riflemen to win an engagement against that. These riflemen in the church are bleeding against the 222, and Panzer Grenadiers are available in the area, but not quite in range to support, really. Captain making his way out of the base, and an AT gun is in production now. Wounded riflemen in the south fail in their attempts to do anything. Grenadiers and pilots push them back easily enough. I'm not sure I expect this lone squad to win against them either. Riflemen in the church take heavy damage from the 222 and supporting infantry and are forced to retreat. Luvnest has chosen the Lightning War to make his infantry more viable in medium-range engagements, equipping them with G43s. Riflemen go into short range against these Grenadiers right here. Take a lot of damage on the approach. Grenadiers set up in green cover, look like they've won the engagement. Meanwhile, Panzer Grenadiers inside this house are going to wipe that captain. Not being monitored, and the captain goes down. His rifleman squad in red cover is not going to do a whole lot better. Oh, I was wrong. Threw a frag here in the south. And the Grenadiers in the south got wiped, so he actually traded a captain for a Grenadier squad. That squad of riflemen gets wiped, though, bringing him back down to 3 rifle squads that are heavily wounded. And Atank will surrender, giving Luvnest a 10-minute 500 VP victory as Ostherr on Samoski Summer. Well played, Luvnest.